what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good?
So let me ask you this. Amex, American Express, that's like the pinnacle of credit cards, right?
I would say so. I mean, Chase Sapphire and Chase Ink are pretty good, but I would say overall American Express, I think hands down is the best credit card out there.
So how do you maneuver through American Express? Because I know there's different levels. There's like the clear one, then there's the gold card, there's the platinum card. So as you are building your American Express history, should you be asking for credit increases? When can you go from like a clear to a gold can you ask to be upgraded? Like, what's the procedure to navigate American Express?
Yep. So the clear one you're talking about, I believe, is the everyday cash. Like I said, I don't have any personal Amexes, so I believe that is the everyday one. The thing is, I would always tell people never get more than one personal Amex, because if you can get approved for a personal Amex or two, do it into the business. So what I always tell people is this, first ones that you want to get, because it's also going to teach you a lot of responsibility. Like, guys, credit is one of the most important things. It's also one of the most dangerous things if you don't use it properly. So what I always tell people is, people think American Express only has credit cards that you got to pay in full every 30 days. It's not true. They only have 4 on the business side. There's 14 business American Express credit cards. Only 4 of them require you to pay it off in full every month.
Okay.
And that is the green card, the plum card, you have the green card, the plum card, the gold card, and the platinum business. So these are all business credits. I have them right here in front of me. That's why I have them. So the thing is, those credit cards require you to pay it off in full either 30 or 60 days, right? There is a pay over time feature on some of those cards. The thing is, though, you can get up to 6. So the first 4 credit cards that I feel everybody should have are the 4 charge cards. Why? Because it's going to teach you responsibility, and it's also going to teach you to not max everything out, and you got to pay what you use in 30 days. So if you know, all right, you have an $80,000 limit, but if you know you ain't going to pay off 80 grand, maybe you might just use 5. Like, don't go popping bottles at the club. Don't go by doing everything. Like, I've made those mistakes where I've tried to do so much for other people, and I'm like, oh, damn, like I bit off a little bit more than I can chew. Yes. And you're putting yourself in a position where now you're going to revoke access to your American Express cards. So I would always say, Rashad, is get the 4 charge cards, which is the green, the plum, the gold, and the platinum card, right? Get those 4 first, build history, and you can typically get approved for up to 6 in one day. So the other 2 that I would recommend that you get is a Delta, like an airline card, and a hotel card. Why? Because you got to usually fly somewhere, and you usually got to sleep somewhere, you know? So now you can remove those by saying, oh, I can't go to InvestFest. I can't go to this networking event. Because the thing is, what do everybody always say? Oh, when are you coming to my city? When are you coming to my city? Don't worry about, just know that there's an event and you got to go to that city. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now if I ever want to go anywhere, boom, I got my Delta purple card, right? I got the Delta platinum card. So let's say if I got to bring my team with me, boom, you know what? I put on the Amex and I'm good. You know what I mean? So the most important thing as far as building up is now, which is one of the most important things, and the biggest things we hear with American Express is, I want a black card. You have a black card, but you can't even pay off your bills in full every month or carry a certain balance, or, you got to work your way up to a black card. And that's something that, that a lot of people want, but a lot of people aren't really ready for it. It's a $10,000 fee just to get in, and then a $5,000 annual fee you got to pay every year. But then people complain about the $650 American Express annual fee for the platinum card. There's a lot of perks, there's a lot of benefits that come with all those cards. But if you're truly going to build your way up, I say, because I like people taking credit serious. Don't just get 4 American Express cards and think you can rack it up and never pay it again or pay it whenever you want. So working your way up with American Express, definitely get into the habit of first getting those 4 charge cards, building a little bit of discipline when it comes to spending, and then maybe get those other credit cards down the road. Because if you get 6 today, remember, there's only 14 business cards, right? So you can get 6 today, wait like 6 to 8 months, get the other 6. Now you got 12 credit cards. Like, there's not a lot of other companies that will really give you that many credit cards in a short amount of time. And the great thing is, once you already have and establish a relationship with American Express, you know what they're never going to do again? Run your personal credit. It's a personal guarantee, but you're never going to get hit with inquiries again. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it's very important to create better and very strict financial habits within yourself before you take on the burden of having access to $250,000 in credit.
Yeah, end up blowing up your business.
So you gave a great example of something that's new in credit when you're talking about the medical. Are there other things that have changed in 2022 that we should be aware of? And I'm bringing it up because I did this. I made a purchase on StockX, and I said, let me just try Affirm. And I bought the sneakers, and obviously Affirm is a buy now, pay later. So I just wanted to test it out, and it was you pay over time, or 2 or 3 payments, or you can pay it in full. And then when I checked my credit report, I saw that had appeared, the file had appeared. So is that something new that the buy now, pay laters are now being put on your credit file? Because I don't know if that was always something that happened.
Yeah, honestly, man, it shouldn't even be on there. I mean, I know they're making a lot of changes with, it's called like buy now, pay. So it's like BNP, whatever, like that's the acronym for it, whatever the case is.
Pay, Affirm, those companies, yeah.
Right, Affirm. I think Klarna is another one. And Affirm, they became big because they were one of the first ones that you could finance StubHub tickets. Yeah. You know, you could finance your Peloton with. And they usually only pull Experian and only report to Experian. But I thought they were getting away from there. You know, one of the guys that trains me, John Alzheimer, when it comes to credit, you know, he did a report on that where a lot of them were pretty much, you know, it's like one of those industries like payday loans. You know, remember the payday loans back in the day, they used to report, now they don't. Affirm and a lot of buy now, was it buy now, pay later? Yeah, BNPL. Like those are like getting a lot of complaints because people are really not, one, they're not understanding what they're signing themselves up to, even though they're agreeing to it, but it's affecting your credit, you know, a lot. And we see it happen a lot. I really like recently, because we see credit all the time. I really haven't seen a lot of Affirm. Klarna never reported. And I've never, you know, before they used to do a hard inquiry. So what's crazy is, let me take a step back. What they used to do is they would pull TransUnion, right? Affirm would pull TransUnion, but report to Experian. Now I believe they're only doing a soft pull and not reporting at all. So how long ago you said you applied for that? It was recently and they reported it?
Probably like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. That was 2 years ago. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say definitely, but I have a firm for like the Peloton, and I had a firm for something else. I couldn't remember what it is. And it's no longer in my report. You know, it used to be on there, you know, because when I bought my house in September, it was on there. And then now it's no longer on there at all. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that if you probably check your credit right now, it might even say paid 0 balance, or it might just not show up even if you're making payments. It was a great tool for people to build credit, but we also saw a lot of charge-offs and a lot of collections with people that had Affirm. And then we saw that article come out, and then we saw people, we just didn't see it reported at all.
Yeah, because I can imagine somebody from the consumer side not really understanding how you having a purchase of a Peloton or even like sneakers. Like I said, when I was doing it with StockX, how you not paying down on your sneakers could affect your credit in such a major way. Yeah.
And instead of, you know, the thing is, like I have a client, you know, he's one of the biggest SB, you know, was it the Dunks?
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest SB collector on Instagram. He built like his business with American Express. You know what I mean? Like he has a line of credit with Nike, but he also built buying sneakers with American Express. You know what I mean? So I tell people, if you're going to buy sneakers, only do it if you're going to make money. I know Rashad likes to stay fly with his kicks, whatever the case is. The great thing is you're putting it on Instagram. You're doing stuff instead of putting it with the firm or on a personal credit card. Buy through the business. Why? Because you're speaking on stage. You know, you're speaking in platforms. You're using stuff. So now, technically, once again, check with your accountant and your attorney. You could technically use your business credit card to get sneakers and to stay fly. Why? Because you get a shirt. You put a logo on it. You guys know it's a write-off. You know what I mean? Sneakers, you put a logo on it. It's a write-off. So the thing is,
your personal brand. Yeah.
Right. It's all with it all falls in line with what you're doing, and just get creative. Like I bought a bike using my business credit. You know what I mean? Like an actual road bike. because I'm networking, I'm doing stuff with it. And I think with business credit, people think it's just, oh, I can only pay for an expense. No, just get creative with what you're doing it and you'll be fine.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Your boy going up. I know they can't stand it.